Hi, how you doing? I'm stood in front of my store cupboard because I'm going to talk to you today about something that I use pretty much every day when I'm cooking, that I'm guessing you do as well. But from all the questions that I've been asked in classes and online, and when I meet people, I know there's quite a few things that people don't understand about it. So I'm going to talk to you about oil. Probably doesn't sound very exciting, but if you're using it, you want to make sure you're using the right stuff. So I think a lot of people, first of all, think they need loads of different kinds of oil. You don't. I probably use two types of oil. And what I think is better is to buy two oils that you use all the time, because oil goes off really, really quickly. So I'm going to come on to which kind of oils they are. First up, if you are storing your oil by the cooker, in sunlight, by heat, you're doing absolutely the wrong thing. So oil goes rancid really, really quickly. And the things that make oil go rancid are heat and light. So there's a reason that oil comes in metal cans or dark coloured glass cans, and that's because the people who are making the oil are trying to stop the light getting in. So if you're keeping your oil out in the kitchen where it's in light all the time, it's going to go off quicker. The other thing is heat. So I go to so many houses to cook and I see these beautiful expensive bottles of oil next to the cooker, and they're just going to go off so quickly. So you definitely don't want to keep them anywhere hot. So the best place to keep your oil is just in a cupboard, a store cupboard, the cupboard where your tea is, anything, as long as it's dark and away from heat. So that's number one. The next thing is what kind of oil to use. So like I said, I only have two oils that I use day to day. One for cooking with and one for more seasoning. So for cooking, I use a really inexpensive British rapeseed oil. I get this from Lidl, they sell it at Aldi, they sell it at all the supermarkets. Rapeseed oil is known as canola oil in America. It grows everywhere in England, and it's a great crop because apparently I've been told it encourages bees, so it's helping the bees and helping us. It's also really high in omega-3s, so good for your brain, helpful, and it's unsaturated fats, so it's one of the good oils that's good for us to eat. Health stuff aside, this bottle is, I think it's about £1.50 from Lidl. This is the kind of oil that you want to use if you're roasting, if you're frying, anything that gets hot, anything that needs a lot of oil, because it's inexpensive. So I make cakes with this, all sorts of things. It's in a glass bottle, and the nice thing about that is if you put oil in a plastic bottle, the oils in the oil can sort of leach chemicals out of the plastic, which we don't want. You will find that a lot of vegetable oil that's for sale in the supermarkets is actually rapeseed oil. Yes, it's a bit cheaper. It's in plastics, which is why I don't buy it. And this being about £1.50, I think I'm happy to pay that amount for using this. So day to day, I will use this if I'm frying eggs, frying a steak, or if I'm roasting some vegetables in the oven, or frying off some onions to use in a pasta sauce. That's your kind of go-to day-to-day oil. Tastes, nothing, I mean, let me have a sniff just to remind myself. Doesn't really have much of a flavour. I know some people say that it's quite a strong flavour. I use it in all sorts of things. I used it in a chocolate cake this weekend and it tasted absolutely fine. So that's my kind of day-to-day oil. Now that's £1.50. I think everyone should also have an oil that's a bit more of a sort of special occasion, you're really going to taste it oil. So if you're going to do that, you really want to get something that has a really good flavour. And that's when you're going to start moving up into the sort of £10, $15 sort of price point. So if you've been on holiday in Spain or Italy or Greece, you might have brought home some beautiful olive oil, the kind you're going to dip your bread in. That's great. Those of us who are linked, in England where the weather's not really olive oil producing, we're going to have to buy something imported. So I like a Greek oil or a Spanish or Italian. Extra virgin olive oil comes at so many different levels, and I won't go into all of it here, but with extra virgin olive oil, it can be oil that's come from all sorts of different places that's been blended together, in which case it's fine. It's probably not going to taste like the kind of stuff you want to dip your bread in. If you're going to pay about the £10 mark, you're going to get something like this. This is a Bella Zoo one, and this has just got really, really good flavour. So when you're going to use this is to dunk your bread, or for things like salad dressings and pesto, if you're drizzling it over something. The romesco sauce that I make, that I know lots of you love, it's when you're really going to taste the oil. So think of it as a seasoning. It's amazing drizzled over some soup just before you serve it, because it makes it a bit peppery, and it also affects the texture because it has that kind of silkiness when you put it onto things. So I'm not going to go on for much longer. All you need basically is a inexpensive rapeseed oil and a bit of a fancy pants 10-poundish bottle. This will last you probably 3 months, which if you're cooking from scratch, I think is a pretty good investment, because you're gonna save that on, you know, buying takeaways and all that kind of thing. So if you've got any questions, let me know. If you like this format, let me know. And if there's other ingredients that you'd like to know about, let me know and I'll include those next time. Thank you.